Welcome back to another episode of Elite Landscapes Life Stories. It is Saturday morning. You're in my truck, and we are going across town, head up to the mountains. Our mission today, we have a client in need of some landscaping and some lighting on their property. So we're going to roll up here, check out the scene, and see if we can come up with a little bit of a plan of action to make this place bling elite style. If you have the time this fall to take a little road trip, I highly recommend the Blue Ridge Parkway, rolling through the mountains in my area. Breathtaking views, beautiful scenery. That's right. It's definitely fall up here in the mountains. Okay. The grass is not slowed down yet. I'm still cutting everything on my weekly cycle, but landscaping has to start and has to get accomplished. Okay. So my client here been waiting patiently all season for me to come up here, give this estimate, and get this work done. So we're gonna roll up the road. You've been here many times with me, and we're gonna see what we can get into and see what he wants to get done. Probably gonna be a couple phases. I'm thinking it's gonna be a couple phases because it's a lot of work. So we'll see what phase one, maybe phase two has to entail. Yeah. Phase one consists of trimming back overgrown shrubs, removal of unwanted shrubs, and cleaning all the beds out, getting it ready and prepped. We'll create some airflow behind there. Look to the right, you'll see the electrical box on the wall. We'll cut these autoleucin laurels even at that height. They'll regrow back and they'll look good. This Japanese maple, the beauty of the Jap maples is the trunk and the branch structures. So we're going to raise that canopy up and expose that trunk and get some more beauty out of her, because she is stunning. These mature boxwoods here, they'll be alright. They have some dead spots, but if we come in here and prune out the new growth down here in the bottom, I have faith if we fertilize these plants the next couple seasons, it'll all catch up and fill in, and those things will be alright. We have some overcrowding issues here. We got to remove this azalea shrub, this Hellerii holly, and this other azalea over here. There's no reason for them to be there. We'll get them out of there, make it nice and clean. Over here to the left side, these three boxwoods, we just need to trim them accordingly the next couple years to have a nice uniform height going across there. Not grow together, just uniform height. This river birch, love those river birch trees, beautiful bark. These leaves here, they drop pretty quickly, and we have issues over here at the gutter at the top of the house. Take a look at over here where we need to get rid of these overhanging limbs so we don't cause any water issues with the downspout getting clogged up. Not a big deal. Knock off those larger limbs right there, and then we'll just shape the rest of that backside, make it look nice. Now, I'm going to jump into phase 3 real quick and touch on it. It's the lighting. We need to put together a quote for illuminating this house. The front of it, the sidewalk, and the driveway. Now, I've already talked to him about getting the updated version of the lighting that's available, that you can have an app downloaded on your phone. You can switch out the color schemes that way with different seasons. Really cool feature to have on these houses, and I love it. It's beautiful. So down here at the mailbox, I've been looking at this stuff for months now, and I got some good ideas down here. Take a look at it, stand back and look at it, and try to envision what I'm going to explain to you here. Now, if I'm looking at this, my personal thought right away would be the spruces are good on both sides. The rose, take that out, take that rose out, replace those with some fire tip nandinas, and then on the back side we'll reshape that and we'll extend that. Then you can have an actual hedgerow of roses behind the blue spruce, and the blue spruce won't be hidden by the roses. So say extend that out like that, just enough to put a hedgerow of roses. Like I said, take this rose out, put a nandina here. That'll give that orange, red, yellow, and green color year round. So, it's my thoughts. Kind of reshape this to match the other side and knock out roses behind it. Nandina here. So, yeah. Just a thought. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out the edges, these two beds, and that bed up there. And we'll see how many linear feet of border we need. And then we'll decide what kind of border we want to use. So by the time we extend that and extend that to fit that design, it'll be about 20 feet and 20 feet of edging stone we need. Probably go with the sidewalk edging hardscape, because that'll match up with the brick on the house. Let's go up here, see what other edging we got. So right here, if we extend this out some, we can have 17 feet from the sidewalk, kind of bring it in, and back out here, all this will be rock, stone. And then we can add in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more of the nandinas, and or maybe those golden cypress junipers that we have. Those will look good in front of that, because I want to bring in some different colors than just green. So we'll have the probably a yellow evergreen shrub here, or the nandinas that are red, yellow, and green. And down there, it'll add in the yellows and the reds also. So yeah, that's a thought. I've decided to go ahead and use those fire tip nandinas here in the front where these variegated variety are. They'll be replaced with those fire tip nandinas, and that'll have that cluster of color here. It'll be on the other side of the house or in front of that Jap maple, and you'll have the same color clusters down there at the mailbox beds. Now we're talking about phase 2 here. We're putting these bed edging, putting the stone, the fabric, some plantings in. This right here is going to be 40 linear feet of edging that we need. We'll come down here back to the Jap maple that we measured out, and we're going to go ahead and round that up to 20 feet, and that makes 60 linear feet. Down here at each mailbox we have 20 feet on either side, so altogether we have 100 linear feet of edging that we need to price out. That's materials and labor to install. Not too bad, shouldn't be too expensive, and it'll look really, really good. Now, Coming over here to these two trees, if you can call them trees. I like the tree species, just not these particular trees. The redbud here has a lot of trunk damage to it, and it's not ever going to be healthy and thriving. And I'm not really sure if you can even call this thing a tree, but he's trying to be a weeping cherry to match up with the other side of the house. Yeah, they both need to be taken out. Normally, I would incorporate tree rings to match up with the rest of everything else, but thinking ahead, we're just going to get rid of that and not waste the time, effort, materials to do that. Now, up here is probably going to be phase 4. We'll have a bed, landscape bed around this clean out pipe. That's the well head. So we'll have a bed going around there. And this area down here needs a lot of topsoil work. We'll go down here and look at it real quick. It's nothing but shell rock, and there's a couple of big boulders exposed. So basically you need to come in here with a dump truck load, about 10 tons, 12 tons of dirt, get all packed down, smooth it out, and plant grass. They look all brand new. But that's phase 4. Now phase 3, these lights here going up and down the driveway edge, we'll incorporate lights going off down both sides of the driveway and along the sidewalk. That'll be phase 3. We'll get to that later. Alright boys, let's go through this real quick so we know what's going on. This bed here will have fabric, decorative stone put down after the clean out, removal of the shrubs, and the trim back. We have plantings that we have to think about. Most of these shrubs that I'm talking about are about $40 a piece for plantings. Keep that in mind. The decorative stone is $100 a ton. Keep that in mind. We are extending this bed out, remember? We're going to put fabric. We'll have 20 feet of border, and we will have 5 plants there. Coming down here in the front, we'll go ahead and fabric the open areas. We will put stone down, and I will probably put perennial flowers in between those boxwoods to bring in that color scheme that I'm looking for to fill it all out. Perennials probably estimated $15 a piece. Now, remember there's plantings over here to the left. We got 5 nandinas going here to the left of this sidewalk here. Another $40 shrub per when they are mature. 5 gallons, 3 gallons. And we also have 40 feet of border here. And we have fabric and stone going in. It is, so far, 3 tons of stone for the front and probably 2 rolls of fabric, just the normal size rolls. Go down here and talk about the mailbox real quick. Both of these beds here will have fabric. They will have decorative stone put in there. They will each have borders, 20 feet each side, so 40 feet of linear border. And we have plantings, 5 roses on either side, and at least 2 nandinas. I'd like to add some more of those blue spruces personally, so think about it. Now I'm going to roll home and look into this job, get the material costs together, think about my time involved, and I'll have to get this estimate done, and I'll let you guys know. But you let me know in the comments what you came up with. What are you thinking, boys? Are we on the right path? And how much might it come out to? Just phase 1 and 2. That's all I need. Phase 1 and 2. We'll do 3 and 4 later. Y'all be good. Enjoy this season. I'm loving it so far. Peace. Elite Landscape style.